combination of information on the topic of Osiris and Eye of Horus. Osiris was not human. He was Taigetan. Osiris means something like where it resides, or where it is, or where the eye sits. As with anyone, Osiris has taken several names throughout history, most of them lost. Known as the giver of agriculture, it goes back also to the presence of those mysterious bags present in the Anunnaki, the Babylonian Sumerians, giants of Tula in the New World, among other places such as Tijuanaco, Peru. The one who gave the knowledge of agriculture, the one who taught how to use the floodwaters of the Nile, the fertile lands of its banks. When the waters dropped in level and the inhabitants of the earth began to settle, the influence of the Federation began with the construction of a star base around where there was already a previous one destroyed by the cataclysm, Giza and its domes. This is where Giza, with its pyramids as an energy source, began as an interstellar base for the region. And its non-human population, full of technology and advanced knowledge, began to be taken as gods. The gods, like Osiris, are only people. The rest is cream and emotional charge of exaggeration of attributes generated by cognitive dissonance. That was done a lot at that time. In other words, people came up with a whole scenario around those characters that, with limited understanding, tried to explain the facts that otherwise were inexplicable to them. An example of this are the Greeks and their exaggerations about stories that did happen. And from this point are born what are called the Egyptian mythologies: Osiris, Isis, Ishtar, Horus, Seth, among others. Regional names for non-human people, present on Earth with the idea of guiding the population out of the lunar 3D, raising consciousness, being the forerunners of sowing new advanced cultures, both in ethics and technology. And from this point is born what will later be considered pre-dynastic Egypt. Concerning Horus, from where comes the symbol of the Eye of Horus, kidnapped by the Illuminati, it's not theirs. The Illuminati, the Cabal, and therefore the foundations of modern terrestrial civilization, are all born in Egypt. Everything is based in Egypt, but for their reasons of control, the Cabal hides and denies everything, when they themselves know it and use it. Horus, it's not that it had a hawk head, but had properties of a hawk, because it knew how to fly. But, according to Taigetan archives, Horus the falcon was not a man, it was a starship. That's why the hours, temporary navigation, the power to fly like a hawk. Hours like, what hour is it at this moment, where in the sky is Horus the sun, the ship? The Eye of Horus is a low-orbiting ship. It watches and observes from the sky. Note, by the luminosity of the atmospheric air ionized by the presence of a strong electromagnetic field, it gave the classic flash or luminosity to a spaceship, giving observing people the idea that the sun has descended from where the myth of Horus and his stay in Egypt comes from. The spiral line is its trajectory and indicates that it came through a portal. At front, the tear going down is a scepter to hold it with the hand. It indicates who has that ability. The eyebrow is like a wave. It indicates that it comes from the waters above, space. The Tigetan ship has a boom, or a long, thick antenna in front, with many sensors of all kinds. Among them, they have cameras, some with lenses of 2 meters in diameter. They can read a newspaper from above and more. That is the eye in the sky. And the concept is pre-dynastic Egyptian federation. Since then, the ETs of whatever races are watching from the sky. They observe as a scientist observes an anthill. But the Illuminati, the Cabal, kidnapped this as a symbol of power over the human population. But the symbol does not belong to them.